Hello and welcome. My name is Todd. This is a super quick Git introduction. This is not a Git introduction. This is not a tutorial. This is not a fast tutorial. This is a super quick. I was thinking fast or quick, but I went with super quick Git introduction. All right, so things that are important to mention in the beginning. You will get in the description of this video the notepad that you see right here, the notes that I took. Also the theory, if you want to see a video where I go more in depth into the theory and special terms and whatever, I will make one. But this one is a super quick Git introduction, as I said. Is just a video for you to make you efficient in Git really fast, super quick, let's say. Okay, I said that you will get this file, and let's go. Let's stop wasting time. So what is Git and why to use Git? Git is a software, it's a tool to record changes in files over time. Really easy. Really easy. Okay, Git basics. We have 3 stages in Git: commit, modified, and staged. The first stage, in the commit stage, is the stage where the files are stored locally. The modified stage, the second stage, is where the changed file are stored and are not committed yet. And in the stage 1, you picked a modified file in the current, in the current version to go into the staging area. Okay, so you pick your files that you want to go in the staged area. 3 sections of a Git project: working directory, staging area, and repository. Working directory is the directory that you work in. Staging area, it gives information about what will go into your next commit. And the repository is when you create .git directory. This will be an invisible directory, and this is the most important directory because here you will store all the files, and that one will give you all the commit information. Okay. If I say some crazy things, I'm sorry. I'm learning too, so come on, give me a break, come on. Using Git. I will use Git in the command line, but if you want to use it in some GUI, like graphical user interface, you can do that. There are a lot of graphical user interfaces. I will use command line, and I recommend using command line because command line has unlocked all the features. So if you learn Git in a command line, it will be really easy to go in whatever GUI you want. Installing Git, another thing. If you want to, I just provide here the link. I will provide in the description as well. It's a really easy process. If you want to install Git, you have tons of videos on YouTube how to install Git. Thank you very much. Let's go. After you install Git, things that I recommend to set an identity. Another thing that I did not say, I use Git on Windows. Now, the good thing is that 99% of the commands are exactly the same. So, Mac users, come on, start the Git. Start your Git. The first command, git config dash a global user.name. And inside double quotes, we say your name. Okay, if you say your name, come on, your name. Right, so if you press upper arrow one more time, you see that you have the command already for you. You don't have to type it again. Now, if we delete your name and we press again, you see that we just set our name, your name. But don't do that, please. Just place here your name. I will just say Todd, right? If we press again the same command, it will appear your name. Now, for the next command, you have to set your email. You will see why you need the identity commands later. I will show you in this video later. Right, git config user email. I don't think it's a good idea to say, I don't think it's a good idea that I told you that shortcut, because in the beginning it's much better to write the commands. So let's not use that. Forget about the up or arrow key. You can't use that. So you have to type it each time. Git config -- global user.email, the same thing, double quotes, and you say here email at, I don't know, email.com. Jesus, come on. I said that you don't use that command. All right. Okay, git config -- global user.email. Bam. If you press enter now, you will see your beautiful email. Okay, optional. Set the text editor. This is just an optional thing. I will not go into this too much. You just copy paste this command that you will have in the description of this video and in the file, this file as well. That's it. Copy paste in here, enter, and your notepad. This is my default one, notepad, or you can go for the VS Code, whatever. Okay, git config. I will not go into that too much because this is not a good video to show you that. I will show you in other videos. Right, git config -- list. Okay, this will display some commands that you took. For instance, username, email, right? Here, the editor, and so on, right? Okay, let's type the command clear. This will reset our screen. Good. Okay, if you need help with any git command, or if you want to check any git command, by typing here git help and let's say commit, or no, let's say config, enter. It will go straight to the manual git docs, and you can check there whatever command they want. Also, this is the link for that thing as well, where here you have the book as well. Also here you have the complete list of all commands. Access, change, create, delete new files and directories. Print working directory, the first command over here. Maybe it's print working directory. Directory, guys, is just another name for folder. Print working directory. Let's see. This will show me where we are in that moment. In what directory we are, right? We are in C users Todd. List all the files and directories in the current location. I won't say directory because we repeat ourselves. It's just directories up after directories, just too much repetition. Okay. List. Let's see. Okay. So you can see in C right here, print working directory. Right here in C users Todd, here we have all the files and directories in that location. Change directory. Okay, change directory. Well, let's say for instance we want to go desktop. Let's say we want to go to desktop. Change the rest directory, desktop. Boom, there we go. We are on the desktop. Okay. Change the directory, ... Let's see what this does. Change directory, space, ... enter. Well, we can see that we moved back where we started. Oh, right? So change directory ... will go back one step, let's say. Okay, let's go back to desktop. And let's see the next command, touch. But before that, I will show you this command. Make directory. And let's say here, Git Example. Let's print the desktop right over here, the Git Example directory. Let's go inside Git Example. Right, we are inside Git Example, print working directory. Great, let's list what's inside. Nothing, it's empty. Well, let's see what this command does. Touch, let's say touch space, I don't know, first file.txt. Let's list what's inside. So as you can see, list creates a file. List actually can create any type of file. Okay, index.html, touch, I don't know, salaries.xlxs, and let's list what's inside. As you can see, by using the touch command, you can create any type of file inside the directory, inside the current directory. Okay, so I show you the make a dir is just creating a new directory. Okay, let's see what rm is. We are inside Git Example. Let's see if I say rm and I say salaries.xlxs. All right, let's see what this does. Nothing. Let me see. Let me list what's inside. So salaries is not there anymore. Remove. rm will remove any file that you have inside the current directory. Now tell me what this command will do. Can you tell me what rm dash space dash rf will do? Well, first of all, I have to create a directory. First directory. Let's list what's inside. Perfect. Now let's type rm space dash rf space first directory. Perfect. This is a good thing. This is a good time to explain you or to tell you another cool thing. So you can autocomplete. You can use the autocomplete by pressing tab, the tab key. But you have to know something else as well. You can see that inside Git Example directory, we have another directory that is the first directory, and we also have a file first file.txt, and both start with first, the word first. Okay, now if I want to remove this directory first, we know that we have also a text file inside. So if I type F and I press tab to autocomplete my name, it will just complete first because both of them are containing the first word. Now, if I specify the first letter of the second word, for instance, F, and press tab, it will autocomplete that file, will recognize that file because it's the only one starting is the only one with the second word starting with the F letter. But I want to delete this directory. Now, if we press enter and we check what's inside, bye-bye first directory, okay? Also, let's see, if we press start space dot and we press enter, well, hello there. Opens the current directory. Okay, clear. I think you saw clear by now. Look at that. Look at that, how beautiful it is. Okay, so cleared everything. Okay, Git repository. Git repository or project. So what's a repository? Repository is just a Git project, right? It's where that folder, this folder, let me show you this folder is. So I will, let me see what I've said here. Yeah, so you have two options or two approaches to create a Git repository. The first option is when you create a Git repository on your local machine. And the second option is where you clone a repository that is already created, right? When, for instance, you take, I don't know, your friend is doing a project and he has his project uploaded on GitHub. You can clone that project, his project, on your local machine. Right, today, let me see. Yes, today I will create a repository on my local machine. Today I will not clone. Okay, to initiate a repository, you have to use the command git init, but I think this is a good moment to switch a bit the commands, because let me show you something. Let's say git status right now. Fatal. Not a Git repository. Okay, so Git Example, the directory that we created, is not a Git repository. So Git status checks file states, but also checks if the current directory it has a Git repository. I think you figured this out, right? Let's say git init. Okay, we have a Git repository. Let's run now again git status. As you can see, we are on the branch master. This thing appeared when we initialized the git command. Now, inside here, let me show you. Okay. As you can see, we have the -git directory. This is an invisible folder. You will not see this one inside your working directory. Now again, if I oh yeah, you saw a new command right here, list space -a will list the invisible folders as well. Maybe if you want to read this file, I will place it right over here and I will say list all the files and directories, including invisible ones. My God, come on, man. Okay. Right, now we initiated a repository. So that's it. We just initiated the repository. We just created that invisible folder. We initiated, we have nothing, like it's just an empty folder now. Git status. right? It's just an empty folder. But if we check this thing, it says here use git add file, right, to include in what will be committed. Okay, let's check that. So git add, and we say first. We can now, after we say F, we can press tab because it's the only file that starts with the F letter. And after that, we can say I. Oh no, let's just add one file. Bam. Git status. Let's see. All right, changes to be committed. Right over here, we have this thing. Don't mind this thing. So we just added this file. We just staged this file. Right here, as you can see, untracked files, this thing is exactly this thing, right? So we have to add index as well. Git add in. Also, let's autocomplete add. You have to be super careful, guys, when you autocomplete things, just to check, double check that is the correct file. Git add index.html, git status. Bam, new files. So everything's good. Nothing, we have nothing with red color, nothing that screams I don't know what screams. Okay, now we have here another command, which is git commit -m, and inside double quotes a message. Well, we use this command. Let me see. Git commit -m, and inside double quotes added first file text and index.html, and we press enter. And you saw here that our two files that we created were committed. Now if we press git status, bam, nothing to be committed, working tree clean, right? So we just created git log. We just created our first commit right over here. Maybe this is a good option, a good moment to place here git log. History of commits. All right, great. And displays the history of commits. Okay, this is better. Right, so this is our first commit. We just actually wait a second. So this is the when we configured. This is important to set an identity, guys, in the beginning, because when you work on a project and there are multiple colleagues or friends or whatever, each commit will have an author and an email. I can see who made the commit and I can email that person. I don't know if I have anything to say, right? Date, time, and the files, right? Perfect. Okay, let's go back. Okay, one more thing. Now, we just added 2 empty files. Now, let's enter in here and say, this is the first text. Dot, let's save the file, bam. All right, and let's see if we check the status. All right, we see that we modified the first file text. Interesting. Let me see what happens if I say git add first file dot text. And let's check it again. This seems familiar, right? So guys, when you make a change or when you create a new file, let's create a new file, touch second file dot, I don't know, what's the extension for Word? I don't know if you have that. Let me see. Okay, let me see what's that. Start dot. I don't know what's that, but anyway. Okay, let me see. Now if we check again status, you see, so we modified the first file text. We added the, let me show you, start dot. We added here this text inside that file, and also we created this crazy extension file as well. Now, if we commit the first file, of course that the second one will not be committed, not even added. Let me show you. Git commit dash m added text in first file. Okay, we commit, change made, that's a success, and we make a status. See, this file is in the exact same stage. We have to commit. First of all, we have to add that second file, and after that we have to commit. I don't know this extension, and I don't know why I added it. Great. File changed, everything's good. Perfect. Let's see Git status. Nothing to commit. Walking tree. Clean. Perfect. Okay. One more, actually two more commands, and I promise that I'm done. Okay, you guys. So gitmv. This is a really interesting one because gitmv can be used to rename files and also to move files. Okay, now let's see. Let's create a directory. Okay, let's list again, and now let's move it. Git move. I'll say let's move first file inside it. First file dot text. We want to move it in the first directory, and there. Let's list. All right, let's change the directory and go inside first directory and see what's there. Whoa, as you can see, the file moved. Okay, let's say git status and see what's up. As you can see here, it says rename. It's just moved, right? Okay, let me see. Let's actually rename one file list. Let's go back one directory, list again. And let's say second file, let's make that first as letter. Let's make it a capital letter. Git move second file with second file dot mwd. Okay, that was it. I just pressed here. I just pressed autocomplete, as you can see. As I told you, you have to be very careful. I auto-completed and I did not change the S, right? Now, if we see the second file has that capital S there, but if we check it now, as you can see, we have two rename files. Now, all you have to do is just git add. By git add dot, it will add everything. You don't have to type it you don't have to type each file, right? Because if you have, for instance, like, I don't know, a dozen of files, it will take a lot of time. Let me see, git status. Oh yeah, of course. So I don't think you have to git add because they were added automatically. Let me check that. So let's check that. Okay. git move second. I will change it back to lower. Let me see if I can make a text file from that thing. List. Whoa, so it works. Perfect. Okay, now if I say git status, okay, let me commit this. Commit.m. Guys, always try to, actually, let me not show you this. So always try to make the message, because M stands for message. You figure that out, right? Always make a decent message with the changes, because I will show you why. It's very important. I will, so created first directory and moved the first file inside it. Also changed second file from wd to text. All right, now git status, nothing. Let's go inside there. Okay, so you can see this file, second file, is a text file. It was wd, I don't know what's that. And inside the first directory you have the first file. This is the first text. This is the file that we move inside that directory. Okay, I feel that I forgot something that I wanted to tell you. Okay, if I don't know, if I forgot something, maybe I will tell you in the next video or some. I would love to get some feedback from you. Tell me whatever you think. You have the comment section below. What do you think about this quick Git introduction? I love these things. I want to make more and more, and I want to get better and better, just to, I don't know, to teach anyone that wants some cool technologies. So you guys, until next time, have a great one and Git some.